Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, colleagues and clients alike. This is Greg Stark here from TCC Verizon, West Dundee, over on Route 31 in West Dundee, Illinois. I will show you on Google Maps where we are, so there's no excuse. So you can see we are right there. We are listed right across the street from the Chipotle. Come on by and stop down and see us if you need help in person. Before I get started on anything, I just want to let you know this video is for the top ways to connect to your device via your computer, or vice versa, connect your computer to your device and just kind of manage both of them via your computer or your mobile device. So I have a few cool things I'm going to show you. I do want to, before I get started, to put out the disclaimer that I am not responsible for anything that happens to your device. I can certainly help you fix anything that you may cause. This is not sanctioned or necessarily approved by the company that I work for, TCC. This is of my own volition, and just need to be careful when you're messing around with the file system of your device. So I don't want that to scare you. I'll certainly do this as user-friendly as possible, and I'll try to remain upbeat. I'll even try to throw a few jokes in so it's not completely boring to watch. So, that all being said, we are going to go over a few apps that are going to allow you to connect to your device. Now, in a previous video, I already did go over Phone Manager, but I will touch on it again here. So, Phone Manager, and you can download this at APowerSoft. I did give the link in a previous video, so check that out. It does allow you to connect to your device and manage everything: music, pictures, videos, notes, contacts. The cool thing is, not only does it connect to those things, but it does allow you to export them. So you can export all of these things from your device and back them up to your computer, which is really nice because people come in all the time and they're like, how do I back up my contacts? How do I transfer my contacts? And of course, there are multiple ways to do that. And if you have a computer in your life, this is a great easy way to know that everything's going to be safely backed up. So you can watch that video on the Phone Manager. Otherwise, we're just going to move right along. So the second one is Keys 3. Keys 3 is a Samsung only file management piece of software, but it does allow you to back up your device as well as look at your music, photos, and videos on your device, as well as do a couple other cool things. So you can upgrade your firmware, install device drivers, and things like that. A little bit more advanced. My device currently doesn't work with Keys 3 because my device is rooted, which does violate my warranty, I know, but so you do have to have a straight device to do this, and you can download Keys 3 just by doing a Google search for Keys, and it literally is right on Samsung's website, so samsung.com/us/KIES. So you could download the Windows supported version there, and then of course you can use the website to figure out what you can do, I suppose, or you can just kind of poke around with it. It's not at the top of my list, certainly. Okay, so the next one is AirDroid. AirDroid is a little bit different. AirDroid actually allows you to use a web browser to connect to your device. So you download it on both your computer as well as on your phone, and then you launch the app on the telephone, and then it'll give you a web address, which is web.airdroid.com. You'll log in with the same username and email on both the phone and the app itself, the web app that I have open right here. And you can basically, once you have that done, do a couple cool things on your device. So this is great if you have at your office, if you are constantly picking up your phone, you could just leave this open on a second monitor, or just have it open all the time and use it as your phone while you're at work. So you could bring up cool things like your call logs. You can see that my store manager called me to talk about something, and so you could actually just see those, as well as can connect to your camera, which this feature is probably pretty, it's not terrible. So you can actually kind of use it as an IP webcam viewer, which is really cool. Take some pictures. You can, one of the things I think is really cool is actually text message. So you can write text messages, and now Verizon does have its own tools for this as well, which you can use, but this is a nice cool way to do this. So you can also upload files. You can upload an app if you have a APK file, which is the Android installer file. You can look at contacts. This isn't necessarily a way to manage your device, but it's a great way to connect to it. So that way you can kind of use an interface as your phone. So I'm actually never used the phone feature here. Let me just see how this works. Huh. So there you go. I guess you can even use it as a phone if you wanted. You do have to use the phone for the phone conversation, but I suppose if you had a Bluetooth headset, that this would be a pretty cool tool. So there is AirDroid. So the next one I am going to show you is VNC. And VNC is gives you the capabilities of viewing your computer screen on your device. So you have to download the VNC viewer. You have to download it on both your computer and your device. And to do that, you are just going to go to realvnc.com, realvnc.com, and you're just going to go to the download. I'll post a link here in the description. And once you download this will be a VNC server. So the VNC server will allow you to launch a server for your computer. And once you have that server running, it'll give you a IP address, much like I'm about to show you. See, so you can see that VNC viewers can connect using the address 10.0.0.22, which is just the address on my network that I'm currently on. So I will literally go to the VNC viewer app in the Play Store. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's VNC viewer. So here it is. Install that bad boy, get it up and running, and then you can actually, like I just connected, I'm actually looking at my and controlling my home computer on my device. So if you forget to give yourself a file or you just need to transfer something really quick, you can certainly do that, and you don't have to have LogMeIn or any fancy software. Which is really great. So this pairs with the next two apps that I'm going to talk about, and that is Dropbox and Drive. So Dropbox is network storage, so it allows you to put files into the Dropbox, and then you can access those files from a computer or anybody's computer for that matter, or just a Dropbox website. So I can just go to I have plenty of files in my Dropbox. I have a lot. So I could just go to Dropbox.com. I can sign in using my email and password and view everything that I've put into my Dropbox. And this includes stuff that I've from my phone. So I have some pictures from my phone and stuff like that, which is really nice. So you can also set up shared folders. Like my friend Charlie has a shared folders. He put Avengers in there for me. So he could actually share files with me on the same Dropbox. And he only has access to this folder, so that's really cool. There's really cool stuff you can set up there. It's very similar to Dropbox is Drive. Google Drive. Google Drive is built into your device already. And it's just basically the same exact premise. I have all these fancy documents that I've moved into my Drive account from my computer, and then I can access those files on my device, and I can transfer them to the device, or I can keep them on there, whatever the case may be. But I can actually transfer stuff nice and easy using my Drive account. On your device, you literally would just open the Drive app and choose Upload, or Dropbox, same thing. You just open the app, select Upload, and then you can move stuff into the Dropbox from your phone. Adversely, I can upload here, so I can upload a new folder or just a file itself, and then I can view that on my device. Besides that, I mean, the most typical way, and I probably should have went over this first, the most typical way to actually browse your device is just to connect it with the USB cable that came with it, and then make sure the USB drivers are installed. So you may have to go to your favorite browser of your choice and type in USB drivers for, and then type in your phone. So like mine would be the Galaxy Note or the Galaxy S4. So I would type that in, and then both Android has it as well as Samsung. I would prefer to download it from Samsung. Now, when you connect your device to your computer for the first time, it should actually do this for you, but it may not. So once you have the USB drivers installed, you can see here that this actually shows up in my computer or this PC, depending on what your version running. Then I have my access to my SD card, which is the external SD card I've inserted into my device, or I have the internal storage, which is where like all your pictures are and things like that. So I can actually I can add stuff from my computer into my device, or I could take stuff out of my device and put it onto my computer. Now, this doesn't include contacts and fancy stuff like that because you don't have access to those pieces of the file system, but you can use it for pictures and things like that. Your pictures are all stored in this DCIM folder under Camera or 100 Android. So, or they may be on your external SD card, in which case you would have another DCIM folder as well. So, just some really cool ways to connect to your device. The last one I'm going to show you is just a utility app. You see here how I'm able to just browse these files, and it's really like they're all organized in a nice file system. Well, you actually have a file manager built into your Android device as well. It's not very pretty. It's called My Files. You can find it in your app drawer, but it isn't as good as the one I'm about to show you. So if we go to the Play Store, Play Store, and then we go, and you would do this on your device, ES File Explorer. Oops, Google error there, or typo there. So ES File Explorer gives you a Windows-esque type view of the files on your device. So you can kind of get this is the sidebar, but you can kind of get the idea there. So that allows you to kind of manage things a lot easier. You can push and hold things and copy them and move things around. You could even connect this to your wireless network at home and browse files on your computer and transfer things back and forth that way wirelessly. So there's some pretty advanced things you could set up there. So that all being said, my wife's calling me. She's getting off work, so that's a great timing. I'll go ahead and stop the video. Once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, come on into the store. Thanks for watching. You have a good night.